What is up, everybody? I don't know what my thing says. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's corrected. I'm not putting my apron on today because the whole purpose of this is to show y'all exactly what living with having a lupus flare up. So lupus never goes away. And what time is it here? It's 10:28. I started pulling out prep for all 3 meals. It's very important that we try to eat when we have lupus, but the kind of lupus that I have, systemic, it attacks all my different organs whenever it wants to. So I don't feel like putting my apron on today, so I'm not going to. I absolutely hate brassieres, so you're just gonna have to get used to it. I'm sure I'll be a meme somewhere. I really don't care. This is real life, right? Now, I did do some behind the scenes stuff. It did take me 30 minutes, and this is my kitchen where I know where everything is. But for the purpose of doing the show and showing y'all what it's like to go through here, and I can't tell you how long it would take you to prep because, one, it depends on how many meals you're going to prep. And these are just for today. I'm not like a meal prepper. I don't eat leftovers. You can ask anyone who knows me. I just don't do leftovers. And having lupus and also being a bariatric patient from like 2018, I have to have a lot of protein. If I was just to eat like a normal person, 90% of the food, I would just stay on the toilet, if I'm being perfectly honest. So a lot of people making fun of my skin last time. Thank you for that. Heart that. I am here to let everyone know, just take a break from the fucking wild ass reality that is the world today. And just use this time like fake ass COVID. Just use your time to get in tune with yourself. You don't have to have lupus. You don't have to have lupus to, I don't understand what this is. You don't have to have lupus. You don't have to be disabled like me. You don't have to be me. But I'm just showing you, I could take all 3 of these recipes and stretch them the fuck out, and it'll take me a week if I started from scratch. So I would rather do that. That's what my passion is. This is my therapy. But on days like today, where I know it was hard as fuck for me to even get in the shower, much less even think about feeding myself. I always feed the animals first, make sure everybody's good. Then to think about lunch and dinner, it's not going to happen. So this is my reality. This is what I have to do today because I am a mom, I am a wife, I take care of the house, I take care of my shows, and I got to take care of my family, and that all comes together with love and food. So I have prep. So the meals I'm making today are for breakfast. I usually throw something really small together. Most people would stop by, say McDonald's, to get some kind of McMuffin, or you go to Starbucks and you get like a bacon Gouda. I have all of that stuff to do it here at home. And it actually tastes better because none of my ingredients were ever frozen. So today, since I just had bacon the other day, I really try to stay away from the greasy, fatty stuff. What's boiling back there is 3 eggs because I'm going to be making tuna for lunch. And then I have all this other stuff. I'm going to show you the marinade that I make. Again, I don't measure anything that I do. I've been cooking since I was 4. So I already know I'm going to need the eggs for the tuna. Why does that pot matter? I talked about this a little bit in my last video. The utensils you use matter. I don't have a very small pot with this set. I have a little bit bigger one and I have a really big one. But I'm only boiling 3 eggs. People fuck up stuff boiling because you don't understand how it works. You don't have to be a scientist, just listen. the smaller amount of substance or ingredient that you need to boil, it needs to be in a smaller condensed pot. Otherwise, one, you're always putting cold shit in cold water. Don't do that. You put the eggs in when it's a rapid boil. Always put salt in the water. Always, 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 always. Your grandma and your great-grandma probably taught you like they taught me, oh, it makes the water boil faster. Well, that may be true, and there's no science to back that up completely. It is to flavor the food. Who wants noodles or anything just in boiled water? Hello? Gross. Can we talk about 4-year-old hot dog flavored water? It's fucking disgusting. Always, always, always season your stuff. Now, my son has asked me to boil eggs for him before, and I do it my way. He actually uses a big ass pot that you would put pasta in, and I'm like, dude, this is why your eggs are taking an hour to boil. Eggs should only take 12 minutes to boil. No matter how many you have in there, if you're using the right pot, you're using the right amount of water, and the key that I'm fixing to show you to them not sticking is a little bitty hint of olive oil. Just a hint. So why am I boiling eggs right now? I'm not going to eat lunch till later because I'm fucking tired. My body hurts. My joints hurt. If I trip, I'm going to try not to. I took my gabapentin and my nerve medicine. If I trip, y'all don't freaking laugh at me. This is real freaking life. This is real life. I am not Gordon Ramsay. I'm not Martha Stewart. Although I can cook like them following their recipes. I love them. This is just me doing life on a day where I feel like crap. It's hump day. I don't feel like doing no kind of humping nothing. It took me forever to even find the charger for my camera pod right here. So let's just fucking get started. We'll count it down all the way through. Obviously, I'm going to move around the kitchen. I do move fast only because, one, I'm trying to get this shit done. But two, I've worked in restaurants almost my entire life, and I grew up in a family of very cultured Hispanic people, and we love food, and we love being in the kitchen. This is where the magic happens. Okay? So, without further ado, let's go. Oh, the reason I'm using these pans is because they're non-stick. Very non-stick. They're ceramic, and I don't like the copper bottoms. I have them with the Paula Deen set. Sorry, Paula. Worst pot and pan set I've ever had in my life. Worst $400 I've ever spent in my life. Those got about 6 more minutes to go. How do I know? You just learned to time things in your brain. So, again, going back to the beginning, I can't tell you how long it'll take you to prep your kitchen, but this is how long it took me to prep in my kitchen where I know everything is. I did not go to the store for any of these ingredients. This is all shit I had on hand. And just gonna fucking do it. And again, excuse my body, excuse my hair. I really don't care. When you have lupus, you're like a 9-month-old pregnant lady. And I can say that because I've been 9 months pregnant 3 times in my life. You don't want to do anything but have the freaking baby. Right now, I don't want to do anything but curl up into a ball, take a lot of pain medication, which I don't take. I don't take anything for my lupus. I learned a very long time ago when they tried to X me out of the hospital that you need to do shit your own way. And I dove into food even more. So to the people that want to know about all this, 200 pounds down. Have I gained weight back? Yes, I've gained. I actually got, I think it was like 45, 50 pounds. And now I'm down to like, I got to lose another 11 or 12 pounds and I'll be back to my actual goal weight. So, all of that said, it's all done with food. I like to enjoy music. TikTok will probably take it out, but I don't care. Without this man, MGK, I wouldn't be able to do probably anything. Just his music, his lyrics, the similarity between our lives, it's inspirational. It inspires me to get up and fucking do something. So, here we go. And if y'all are gonna probably see me dance. So, breakfast, I'm making a ham, egg, and cheese McMuffin. I use sourdough English muffins just because it's better for my system, better for me. You can use whatever you want. I've already cut mine. I'm not gonna toast them just yet because I need to get, well, the ham and egg. All right. I do not use any oils in any pans, and I do not fry anything. Those days are gone. When you hit your 40s, actually I recommend doing it in your 30s. Okay, hold on, Colson. Let me turn you down a little bit. Because I do talk while I cook. It's just part of teaching people how to do shit. So, the egg is going to cook real quick because I'm just going to toss it over, put it on the thing. When you're building a sandwich, especially a hot-cold sandwich, the cold item you want to be between the hot items. I really don't like that other people put it on the bottom. It just doesn't make sense. It's like putting a steak on top of a cold salad. Why would you do that? It just wilts everything. It's gross. It doesn't taste good. Simple tricks like just as ham, cheese, egg instead of cheese, ham, egg, or whatever. Put the fucking cold shit in the middle so it can melt. Let's do that. Today I am using American cheese because I need my Gouda cheese that I have left for later. But normally I do use Gouda. Alright, so I have my egg on deck so I don't have to go searching for it. I have my ham on deck so I don't have to go searching for that. And I always save a little piece for Mr. Handsome Crimes over there. He does my crime show with me. He used to be my sous chef, but he got booted because he was like trying to eat all the food. So, again, never, ever cook on high. You are burning your investment, quite literally. Don't do it. Medium, high to low. The only time you should have this on high is when you're trying to boil shit. Get it to boil, and what do all the directions in every language say? Bring to medium, high, simmer, cover, stir. How people mess that up, I'm not quite sure, but a lot of it has to do. When I went to culinary school, I learned that a lot of people did not know when to put items in the right utensils, and make sure you're using the right utensils. I don't want to be sitting around cleaning stuck pans all day. I am in a shitload of pain. So, I spray, yes, even on a non-stick pan, because my ham, where I get it from, it doesn't have a lot of fat. If you're working with something super lean, you want to add just a little bit of fat. Notice, I don't even have them. I think my kids have vegetable oil around here somewhere. I use avocado and I use olive oil. I just use 3 little things. I had to cut them because my OCD, I like my English muffin to be uniform. So, that's going. He's coming. He already knows. Bam! Put the, what's it called? The toaster. Fucking turn the toaster on. We get our little baby tongs. And always move your stuff around. Always. That's another reason people get stuck food. Now, I will tell you, cast iron, always the way to go. I didn't feel like busting those out. This is way faster. It's way easier. And so, when breakfast is done, I will step aside. I can only eat like a couple of bites at a time, so I'm obviously not going to sit here and chew in your face. I do have manners. I was raised in the 80s, born in the 80s. So I got respect and manners. But I'm going to roll right into doing lunch. That's how we do it here. So, our eggs are done. So I'm just going to turn them off. Oh, I forgot this one. It's stuck for whatever reason. Watch out, Poppy. Hot. Again, medium high. Let that get hot. Okay, Handsome, you gotta move. Ready? Sit. Shake. No, don't shake. I'm cooking here. He's got his. That's getting hot for my egg. Go ahead and spray it. We got 2 hands. We need to use both of them. And I will show you something very cool. Ham, anything you cook in these pans, guess what? The pan's gonna turn brown. But I'm gonna prove to you that it's not stuck and broken, you throw it away or soak it. Soaking dishes is probably the worst thing you can do to your dishes. This is done. I'm just gonna leave it right there because our English muffin is not done. Oh no. Where's my little mixture? This is just ground salt. Kosher salt, ground salt, and lemon pepper. Garlic pepper, sorry. I always keep trash bags, the hand bag, whether it's a napkin, just so I can pick everything up, keep it clean, and do that, so that I don't have to constantly be like getting shit off of the counters. Now the muffin is done. We'll take this bad boy out. While the egg is cooking, I'm just gonna reach. I almost never use utensils, especially if it's just my food. Now, this is hot, right? Watch this. Oh my God. I feel like David fucking Copperfield. Cold cheese on a hot meat is going to do what? Melt. So, put it on the flipping bottom. Now, come over to the egg. I hate runny egg yolk. Don't know why, just always have. So I like this to cook a little bit harder on the bottom. And while that's doing that, I'm going to take the eggs that I need for my tuna in about 4 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start running them in cold water. Why? Because that's the way you're supposed to do it. Let that run in cold water. There, now we're ready. Put that over, and then I turn it off. Now, people be like, oh my God, you burnt my new pan. No water, napkin is dry, and you just sit here and scrub it off. It does not stick. It does not need to be soaked. If you were to soak this pan that my brother just bought this set for me, and if I was to put this in water, actually he told me I had to keep them in my room. And see, I could clean the whole thing, but I'm going to put it in the thing, hand wash it with cold water, dry it, and be done. But don't soak your fucking pan. Learn how to use it instead. So, turn the water off now. Let's worry about the herb while we're blowing it open and all. And then, now if I wasn't teaching y'all and showing y'all and talking and running my mouth, this literally takes 3 minutes to make. This literally takes 3 minutes to make. And again, clean pan. Voila. Let me pick it up for you. This is natural. This is 32 grams of protein. This is only 6 grams of the natural carbs. 0 sugar, caged eggs, butchered ham, no preservatives, except a little bit of salt that I put on there. This actually takes 3 minutes to make if I'm not doing a demonstration, and that is facts. Facts. And anybody can do what I just did. Don't try to flip if you're not used to it, but I definitely encourage y'all to flip. When you learn how to do new tricks in the kitchen, it just makes it so much more fun. So let me take a bite of my food, and then we're going to hop over and start doing the tuna. I will leave y'all with a little bit of inspiration for a minute. Run, rebel, run. First, we got to pray for our food. I pray for my food all the time. I will actually share my prayer with y'all. One of my children is always like, Mom, what could you possibly be saying in this prayer? Because she still uses the one. I don't even know the generic one anymore. But anyways, we'll pray together over our food. If you're eating breakfast, well, actually, most of you are probably having lunch at this point. With Lupus, sometimes breakfast is at 11:49 in the morning. Okay? So, we say, Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another blessed day, and I thank you for the bounty I'm about to receive from your favor. I thank you for the blessings that afford us this bounty, and ask for your blessing over it so that it may be healing, healthy, and nourishing to my mind, body, and soul, and scrub my spirit free of debris, negativity, and anxiety. In Jesus' name, amen. So, yes, I take longer at the restaurants to pray. No, I don't care who's looking. I'm actually going to do a show about how I got to be where I am today, because it starts with a cult, really. And not like Amanda Francis on freaking Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh my God, I can't stand her. And I'm not like a high school chick, but I still love tea. I love tea, but I love the drama of these new people. They're just like, these bitches are 60 years old. They are successful in their own right, or they laid down to get their money. This 20-something-year-old is talking about how she manifested all of this stuff, but she charges people $40,000 a course to learn how to manifest. What is going on? All right, let me take a bite. Ow, you gotta move. You're getting a triple dipper today. Well, we're gonna marinate the chicken, so you get the chicken later. Roll. No. He's trying to eat my food. That's why he got fired. That's why you're not my sister. No. I'm here. Take me somewhere cheap, where the living is easy. Let's not sing on the TikTok. That's a bad look. I have a mass on my thyroid. It makes it hard for me to swallow. All right, I took a bite. It was a big one, so I'm good. All right, so we're gonna wash our hands because we ate. Even though I have had my food handler thing since I was 15 years old, I treat my home the exact same way. I'm cooking for people. I don't know what their immune systems are like, and it's just be clean. Just fucking be clean. I feel like this shouldn't even be a discussion. And if you're that person that's not, then, just do it. Jessica Simpson made a comeback, and that chick said she didn't brush her teeth, that she used her t-shirt. And she also thought tuna was a chicken. So, speaking of, we all forgave her eventually, and I'm sure she got like a Colgate promotion or something. I don't know. Like right now, why did my daughter decide to leave her brush next to Gordon Ramsay? All right. Now, the tuna is going to go even faster. So my tuna from start to finish usually takes about 12 minutes because I let the eggs cook while I'm prepping everything else. Hey, I know you need to go outside. I see you. Shush. It usually takes about 15 minutes. Let me let this guy outside. All right, you're going to be out here, so I finish the tuna. And like a normal cooking show, I have only opened and drained the tuna cans. I'm not doing anything special here, people. I will never make tuna salad with an actual tuna. Maybe one day if somebody just gifts me a very massive bluefin tuna, I would love to try it. But the chef in me would be like, I'm about to make this bitch 6 ways. So I use 4 cans of tuna. Use whatever you want. You can add whatever you want. You just can't take it out. So always, 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 not just with salads, with everything. Apply these simple things to everything in life, like changing your words. For example, we try to teach our children, don't say, set a goal and say, well, if this happens or if this goes through, it took me years and I still catch myself doing it. Don't say if, say when. You don't have to sit around with a manifestation pad and pay $40,000 for some chick to tell you your words are like CURSESs and not in the word form. I'm talking about in the pagan form. That is a real thing. When you say stuff, it goes out into the ether and they're going to give you what you want. So if you want it, claim it. Speech over. Let's get the shit done. So tuna, I obviously don't use oil in my tuna. It's water. Dolphin free. Very important. Blue plate. I'm from Louisiana originally. This is the only mayo that exists, in my opinion. It's the only thing my daughter and I use. There is no other thing. The guys in the house love Miracle Whip. My brother, my child, and myself, we know the truth. It's blue plate all the way. Mustard, you're going to think I'm crazy. I am on happy pills. Maybe you might be onto something. Now, my mom loves sweet relish and swears that the recipe never came with dill relish. I have always used dill relish. I don't like sweet things. I'm more of a savory, umami kind of person. I want my shit to taste kind of dirty sometimes. Not all the time. We don't want our tuna to taste dirty. Okay? We want to taste fresh and clean and feel like we're doing something good for our bodies. Because we are. We have our protein breakfast over there, and we're fixing to make tuna that's all protein. Why? I'm going to add some protein with a nice gala apple. So, I have my cutter here. I'm actually going to put the camera down so y'all can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Get that out for later. This. Get my spoons and my paring knife. So imagine taking away all of the fucking commentary and explanations. You can cook 3 meals. Prep and cook all 3 meals in about an hour and a half. That's including the fajita chicken tacos. And I'm not cooking those right now. I'll show you all those tonight when I actually cook them. But I am going to show you my marinade and how you will never, ever, 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 ever cook a chicken fajita again in a different way. You just won't. Okay. So I use multiple cutting boards. I have 2 over here we're going to use. I'm going to put it down and I'm just going to get to it. All my vegetables and all my stuff has been washed, opened, drained. Everything's ready to go. So might as well do it. Turn this bitch down. Can y'all see? Yep. Okay. So now it's just my old... Man, I live in the kitchen so my hands are so fucking dry. It's crazy. I used to have beautiful nails. And I throw these in the sink because we gotta wash them. We have cats, but also we live in a very strict recycling community, which is totally fine with me. Yeah, here come the cats out of nowhere. I think this one might have been albacore. Yeah, he's snuck in there. That's okay. I always stir. Even though it's tuna, I found out that an albacore slipped in, and that's completely fine. Now, had I not been a chef and not known the difference, somebody probably would have just thrown the whole thing out and said, oh, fuck it. There's something wrong with this can of tuna. Read the fucking package. Now, if there is something wrong, then definitely start over. All right. I am going to go ahead and cut the apple just because I like to get my shit in. I like to get it in, get it over with. I like everything done. I would have cut it before, but I hate that chefs on, whether you see them on TV or whatever, always sidebar. Always sharpen your knife before and after. And don't forget to clean the shavings off of the fucking blade. I saw somebody do that on TikTok the other day, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? And if you can, now my knife, I've had this knife for about 11 or 12 years. Still have the original cover. The sharpener is still in there, but it's pretty dull after 11 years. But when you get a good knife and you pay for a good knife, and this one I didn't even pay much for, make sure you can buff it out. It really helps preserve the knife. Buff all the shavings out. When you do your nails, they don't leave them all rugged. Then we go run it under water and clean it with a napkin from the heart. It's all about understanding what you're working with and how to actually utilize it. Kitchen utensils, knives, pots and pans. Pots and pans will tell you how to curate the pots and pans. I'm so fucking weak today. I hope I don't botch this. Perfect. Woo. Luckily, I was a truck driver for this. Those of you that are new, y'all will learn that I have done just about every job. And I'm certified in all of them. I'm not on the spectrum, but I am a very high-functioning person. Even when I'm asleep, I'm not actually asleep. I'm like awake, I'm talking. All right, I always just, even if there's a core on there or not, oh, well, the cat's gonna get lucky. I don't like any part of the crunchy core at all. So I just take like 1/8 of an inch off of there, call it a, maybe that's more like 1/4, but again, accurate. There are certain ways that make it easier for you to cut. I'm not going to sit here and do cutting videos because this is about cooking with Lupus, not teaching people how to cook. Make it work for you. In my sandwich, it's for crunch. I like the Gala apples as opposed to any other apples because, again, I don't like a lot of sugar. I don't like sweet things. I do not. I'll bake a sweet thing, but I won't eat it. So because I do that part of the coring, my apple slices lay flat, so they're easier for me to cut. I wish more people would show you that part, where you stop slicing your fingers over, and you always just use your knuckle. I actually do the European way, where I keep my middle finger up front, and because of the way I want them cut, I just cut them in halves, and then I just slice them. And it's beautiful. God, so lucky. Hold it together, pack it together, and if you have a good knife, you let the knife do the work for you. I'm cutting with the back end of the knife. Don't do that. You can, but the cutting's gonna come out like shit. So this is all stuff. All of us, especially us women, we know we get up at night, we have our glass of wine, we eat a cold bowl of cereal, and, you know, we just sit sometimes because women, I don't know if men go through the same thing. I can't speak for, I mean, I'm a tomboy through and through, but I'm not a man. So I don't know if y'all go through the same things. My husband obviously doesn't. He sleeps. Man, if we had a robber, I'd have to wake him up. But we wake up a lot at night. We just do. And a treatment that I just had kicked me back into menopause. I've been out postmenopausal for 6 years. I've already gone through menopause because of medical issues I had when I was younger. So I started having all these crazy symptoms again, and I'm like, I'm up at night. That's when I started prepping. My lupus was back. Now my menopause is back too. I choose no medicine on purpose. It's a preference. And I just had to go back to food, man. But when you're up late at night, or if you get up stupid early in the morning, I wake up at 2 o'clock every fucking morning without failure. Without failure. It's like I have an internal alarm clock and I'm supposed to be up at 2. Even when the time changed. My body still woke up at 2 and I was like, why am I so sleepy? I was supposed to be asleep for another hour according to my brain. Leave all that like that and you just stir. Just stir. And I prefer to use little spatulas for everything except when I'm grabbing ingredients, wet ingredients, I'll use a spoon. I do not use spoons for anything else because a lot of the seasonings, dry seasonings you're going to see me use today, when you use dry seasonings, they're going to stick to wet shit. When I'm using a very expensive deep spoon, a tablespoon, half of your seasoning, or at least a tablespoon of it, 3 teaspoons of it is going to be here, and you're going to throw this in the sink. Use spatulas. I love owls. Make it cute. And they're also really good. All my kids are grown, but mommy and me projects, get in the kitchen. Bake some fucking cookies with your kids. There's also really good books that I use with my younger two. Again, I don't measure. I just do shit. And I've been doing this same recipe for so many years. I just know it. But there was so many ways that I learned to sneak veggies into their food. And now they actually eat the veggies on purpose. Now, I'm not saying they're big veggie eaters. I'm just saying that, their palates are in between novice and intermediate. We're still playing around with it. All right. So, again, look what happened. This is why we don't use spoons. Okay? Because guess what? I'm not going to use my finger and put it in there. That's unsanitary. So, I don't know who's trying to text me. CVS always texting me. This is why we don't use spoons. Okay? Very well. So, again, you're just going to throw it in the fucking sink. So, before we put seasonings, before we add the apples, we're going to fold. Why do we keep doing this? Well, we want every single bite, the last bite, the middle bite, to taste like the first bite. Through and through. Take your time. Now, granted, it doesn't take me 5 hours to do all this shit. I could have come in here in my kitchen by myself and did everything I'm doing right now in an hour. Like, I would have had my tuna ready for lunch. I would have already eaten breakfast. I would have already probably did another live on my crime channel. I would have done a million other things already. But I feel like shit. Don't feel like making a crime video. So we're going to do this. Salt. Very little. This is coarse salt, that's why. I'd say maybe, if I had to guess, maybe half a teaspoon, maybe. I don't use a lot. All my ingredients are separated because I'm doing different shit. Here's my pepper, sorry. I'm usually more organized. I like more pepper, and I use actual peppercorn, so if you don't like pepper or the crunch of it, use regular ground pepper. That will fuck up the whole thing for you. And where's my chives? I put chives in everything. Parental advisory stickers. I say, what? Now he's barking. I did what I want. I'm an 80s baby, but I always better. Now I'm going to crack the eggs. So y'all look at this for a minute. Now they've been soaking in the water. So how long does it take to deshell 3 eggs? There's one. And I haven't moved. I don't edit. I don't have time for that kind of shit. I started YouTube when I was trucking. So I just put the camera on. This is me, 24/7. We've actually joked about putting a camera on me 24, just putting cameras around the house. It's not just me, it's our family, it's our dynamic. And now that everybody's adults, the dynamic is just that much more gut punching. It is in a funny way. Like, all we do is fucking laugh. All right. So we do that. And yes, I do go through again. I make sure there's no shells. There's no shells. Here's a little guy who got away. Okay, we take him out. We don't freak out. The eggs are already cooked. You do not get salmonella from eating raw eggs. Actually, drinking raw eggs is really good for you. You get salmonella from the membrane of the inside of the shell. So don't freak out about crazy things. Now, I could put these on a cutting board, but why when I have a perfectly good, sharp paring knife? Find other functions for things. Make your life easier. Work harder. No, we want to work smarter. So we work smarter, not harder. Just go ahead and chop them up in here. And if you find that one's too big for your liking, fucking chop it up. It's a boiled egg. It's not hard. Now, obviously, I couldn't do this with the flippin' apple, but it just takes somebody taking the time to show little hacks like that actually work. I can go through the hacks on TikTok and I will tell you right away if something's going to work. Right there, I just cut that one with my spatula. Boom. Done. You find big ones like this one, you just cut it with your spatula. It's an egg. It's so delicate. I've seen people make chicken salads and all these different salads and they're like, oh my God. And they have all these knives and cutting boards and they're just really doing the most. It's fucking tuna salad. It takes 7 minutes, well, 12 minutes to make if you put eggs in here. Now, my dad used to like to put celery and pecans. I still like it that way. I also, if I'm feeling, around the holiday time, sometimes if I have enough energy left, then I'll put like cranberries or nuts like in the chicken salads and stuff like that. But other than that, no. So now we're going to taste. Where's my damn tasting spoon? I just had it. Always have tasting spoons. Always. Because if I just gave this to anybody right now, I'm like, this is crazy. Where is my spoon? These little cute spoons. You get these at the Dollar Tree. That is where I got these. Okay. We need a little bit more seasoning, but that's okay. We can add it, but we can't take it out. There is a trick when you're making pasta where there are things that you can reverse, but when it comes to seasoning and you gotta like add sugar to your pasta because you made it too salty or whatever the case may be, sometimes it just needs a little bit of acid to cut it. Then you start adding sugar and all these other weird things, and then you fuck it up, and then you feel bad about yourself. One fuck up will ruin your what's the word I want to say? Your enthusiasm or your need or want to do it again. You just give up and you're like, oh, well, guess I'm going to have to marry somebody who knows how to cook, or I'm just going to be on DoorDash for the rest of my life. You give up. It's not hard. And when I start showing you how I simplify and make the Hell's Kitchen recipes straight from the book. I'll show you side by side, and I will make both his way, the very, very, very long, expensive way, and I'll show you the economic way to make it, and have blind taste testers who will prove it tastes exactly the same. I'm back on that girl, I quit, I should've. Perfect. All right. So what we're going to do now is, I'm a nerd. Where's my paper towel? I know I already pulled one out. Just like in the restaurant. And this tuna is just for myself and my daughter. We're really the only ones who eat it. I think Paul started eating it. Then I just add it to the stuff that needs to go in the trash. Now I'm going to saran wrap it. And I really like all the ingredients to meld and get married and fuck each other. So I won't eat the tuna. Well, I still have my breakfast sandwich over there. But normally I wouldn't eat the tuna for at least an hour. You can eat it now, of course, but it tastes better when it's been sitting for about an hour in the fridge. Everybody asks, what's the key to saran wrap? Patience. Get what you need out of the box. I have that box laying down. It is my bitch. If I'm not its bitch. I get everything that I need. Then I close it. Then I rip it. Not it rip me. Now, in the restaurants, we have really cool things. You just pull and it goes faster. But put this in the refrigerator. It keeps your refrigerator looking nice. It looks perfectly clean. And it's clean inside. It just looks nice. And that's just part of my OCD. You don't have to do that. All right. Are we still going good? Okay. I'm here. I'm starting to sweat. Not too bad. But I am losing my voice for sure. So normally I clean as I cook. So I'm a little bit out of my element doing this way. I've done plenty of videos, but never anything like this. I usually just come in here, throw my music, and just fucking get it done. But when I was cooking the other day, there were some questions. I was like, I cook all the time. I had to cook to survive. I had to cook for my siblings to survive. And sometimes we didn't have food. So flour and water go a long way. All right, so I'm going to go take another bite of my breakfast sandwich. Put this in the fridge and let my dog in. I'll be back in like less than 2 minutes. So I can chew you as a kid. First place is it what is when you see sauce. Fake trying to fit into a world with no. So I got the cameras are on. I gotta go. We don't have time for gaming. You'll film later. Yeah, you found the apple. Yeah, you don't like apples. He does not like apples. Oh. This drives me insane. I create my own things to keep my OCD in check. All right. I couldn't separate from my career because of you. Because you ain't never gonna see. Look, even if I got a wife, she's just somebody I fuck. I'm coming. I'm trying to swallow my food. All right. last but not least, got our tuna in. For those of you who are joining, I do repost all my lives. I really start feeling like shit. Handsomes! I really start feeling like shit more towards the end of the week because I push. But I do have a mass in my thyroid that I got to do nuclear medicine for. So it's not just my lupus. I have a lot of other things going on. But while my energy stays high because I am a high functioning person, I wake up. Oh, that's okay. When I wake up, I'm already feel like I'm ready to run a marathon. But my body feels like the crypt keeper. And today, our pressure dropped a lot. And my joints, especially my knees, they're fucking killing me. That's why I'm not wearing no apron. This is real life. And I know that I need to feed the people. Everybody in this house works except me because I'm disabled. So it's not only an obligation or a job. It's just some shit I need to do and that I want to do. If you don't want to cook because you can't, that can be fixed. If you don't want to cook because you're just that bitch, well then be that bitch, but own it. Don't blame it on the food. Don't blame it on the utensils. Just own that shit and say, I'm not that bitch. But if you want to learn how to cook, not only with lupus, granted, my pain level's probably at like a 5-6 right now, but I can function with pain. You can still produce very good medicinal food. The food is medicinal. If you prepare it and you do it right, it's good for you. My lupus numbers, just this past month, have already gone down almost halfway with no pharmaceutical medication whatsoever. But I feel like I'm dying, but in my manifesting mind, I'm fighting to live. You just have to change the way you think. That's all. Instead of sitting in bed like I did for 10 years before, literally allowing my body to feel like it was dying, letting the doctors that I actually worked for in the hospital kill me with medication. This time I said, absolutely not. I will tell you fuck off with your medication. Give me my happy pill. Give me my bipolar pill and leave me alone. 12-22-222. We claim that. All right. Enough of me spilling. I spill enough. I'm going to marinate the chicken for the fajitas tonight. And this is real life. I have all the peppers and onions there. I normally cut and marinate those too. I don't have the energy to do so. So I'm going to leave them there and I'll just get up 20 minutes earlier to cook dinner to go ahead and chop them up. Now, when you're marinating, whether it's a dry, I use a mix of dry and oil. I always put some kind of oil. Oh, hold on. It's a really sad song, and I try not to listen to it. There's certain songs that trigger me, but my focus is here, so praise Jesus. I always use a mixture of oils and acidics, whether it's lime juice or lemon juice or pineapple juice, whatever the juice may be, because that's what tenderizes the meat. Dry rubs just give it flavor. Dang, CVS, calm down. Just send me one message with the longest receipt of all time. Stop texting me. Dry ingredients are just that. Dry. Dry ingredients are not going to break down meat. My daddy was a very good smokesman. Fat Boy Smokehouse. I like to go up against people in grilling contests or just cooking badass proteins in general because I harness my daddy and my grandma. You have to marinate. If you're going to use the word marinate, it means you are using some kind of liquid to break down whatever protein instead of beating the shit out of it and squirting all the juices everywhere. You don't ever want to cut a protein that you're going to marinate either. First of all, let the ingredients do the work that you are giving them to do. If you want them to tenderize your meat and still give it flavor and it tastes amazing when you cook it in the cast iron, the only way to cook fajitas, why would you cut the one thing that has the most natural juices in it? Why would you do that? No. I fillet them, throw the whole pieces in there, and that's it. The only reason I fillet them is because these chicken breasts are like this. I'll show you in a minute. So I'm trying to move all the other ingredients that I'm choosing that I don't have time or the energy for. And it's just red pepper. Orange. I can't even tell my colors. All these peppers. I use yellow onions and I use green onions. And I personally throw mushrooms in mine aside. So I will just wake up because I can chop a lot faster when I'm not trying to talk to people or teach them how to put their vegetables to cut easier. And I won't talk so much. I'll pick up and show y'all later. I'm not going to put a time. I'm tired of putting times because sometimes I can't commit to them. Sometimes I have to be asleep. My body just crashes. Y'all are sending me love today. Thank you. All right, I have to step off for 2 seconds. I don't know why they complain about. Okay, I've already washed my hands. Dry as fuck. Oh, that's Twin Flame. I thought it was playing the other song again. All right, knife's clean. Got a spatula. I'm probably gonna have to pay my daughter. Well, she's working a double today. I have to pay my husband to clean the dishes. All right, so bigger cutting board. Always use a different cutting board when you're cutting proteins. That should be common sense. But what I'm finding out these days, common sense is just not that common. So when you are going to marinate, dry rub, whatever you're going to do your proteins, get your ingredients out. That starts with this. This is an ingredient. It's a utensil. You're going to start and end with this. So have all your shit out. Don't be running around. Run around in the beginning so you can relax and enjoy the prep and the cook. And then ultimately the ums and the ahs and why can't we have any more? Where did it all go? That's the ultimate goal. Okay? So worked in restaurants, and a lot of my stuff is industrial. You can use a regular old plastic bowl. I don't care. Just get a bowl. I'm going to go ahead and cut my chickens open and go ahead and put them on the board. I've had them out for a while. I like working with room temperature meat. That is a personal preference. Every chef is going to say something different. That's just me. It's easier to work with. The juices are settled. They've had enough time to sit. And because our family dynamics change and sometimes people are here, sometimes people are not, I go to Sam's and I buy this and it comes in a 4-pack. And look how big these things are. They're fucking huge. So yes, I do cut those in half. Normally, I can stretch these 4 out into like 3 meals. But because my chicken fajitas are so famous, I'm going to make them. And I got them, this all came together for $14. Where else can you find chicken, very good chicken, for $14 that you could make 3 meals out of? I'm fixed it. I have to cook it all for fajitas or my children will kill me. So $14. If my husband and I were to go to say, whatever, let's go to McDonald's. We have done this. We've tested it. Not only does it make me sick as a dog and I'm in the restroom and throwing up all night, and I get inflamed. It's just not a good look for me to eat preservatives. But for just us two regular meals, and I don't even eat the fries or drink. We're doing it to prove a point. It was $29 for 2 people. And we didn't get anything extra. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was my barbecue sauce that I like for my fries. I don't know. But I know that I can go to Sam's for $14.50 and feed a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and let those sit. But I do cut them open. I always work with warm proteins. To me, they cook better. They stay juicier. The juice isn't like laying all around. Never defrost your shit in water. Take the time to pull it out 2 days before. I say 2 days because this chicken in the fridge took 3 days. Go by the size of the protein. Figure it out. I say 2 days. 2 days is a good time. Good time. Don't listen to the sell-by date if it's frozen. Do not, unless it's freezer burnt and you forgot about it 5 years ago. These are simple things that people just get so wrapped up with. Oh my God, I had a bad day. I got a headache. I'm on my period, which I haven't had since 2008, but I remember those days. I got to wash my hair. So-and-so's having a meltdown. Or if you're a dude and you're getting fucked off at work, or maybe you're torn in a midlife crisis, you're thinking about having an affair, your wife's not cooking no more. All of these things are just that. Things, excuses. These are the real, actual, tangible things that can actually change your entire household. One meal. If you do one meal right, you're going to be a winner, at least for that meal, for the rest of your life. So why not learn how to cook a couple? Just challenge yourself at first if you're watching and you don't know how to cook. Okay? And I upload these not only to here. Oy. Dude, I'm putting it where it goes. Okay. If it ends in 5 minutes, I'll just turn it back on, whatever. So, I have a Cooking with Lupus channel on YouTube. You can go to the link up there, and it's in my playlist. I normally don't do this on TikTok. I've actually never done this on TikTok, ever. But I got asked the other day what I was doing and how I was doing it. I normally wear super baggy clothes because I don't like having to cover all of the skin. But I'm in a lot of pain, so it's just me and me. So, we got the chickens over here. They're doing their thing. Again, when you put meat in water, I don't care if you have that thing saran wrapped. It's going to get waterlogged on the inside a little bit because it was frozen. So the ice, it melts, and then it ruins the natural juices of the meat. That's why when you open your packages of meat, that you left it before you went to work in the sink in the water, and there's all this goopy juice and the pads all soggy and stuff. You just lost all the flavor. You just lost it. And now you don't know that because you didn't go to culinary school or nobody taught you that. And now you're like trying to overcompensate with seasonings that you may or may not know how to use. So then you feel like a failure. Cooking is so easy and it is very therapeutic. My child likes to go on long hikey walks. I'm allergic to the sun. It's part of having lupus. Yes, it's a real thing. It's called photosensitivity. Go Google it. This is all true here. Good, bad, and ugly. So I can't enjoy the sun, and I used to love it. So I kind of get stuck in my home. So I fell in love again with food in a way that I didn't respect it before. If you botch an ingredient on purpose, it's very disrespectful to me, and because I treat the ingredients as gifts, because they are. They're gifts. This chicken was sacrificed, okay? Everything is a gift. Everything is give and take. So if you don't want to cook, don't cook. If you want to learn how to cook, follow somebody who's going to do it for real and is not making millions of dollars doing it. I don't give a shit about money. If God wants me to have it, he'll give it to me. So I have 4 really big chickens, which means I'm going to have 8 really big fillets. And I am going to put them in the bag just as such. That is the only cut that I will do, only because they're so big. No way are you ever going to cook this. It'll burn on the outside and never cook in the middle. That's how those people on Hell's Kitchen, it's like, what the fuck, it's burnt and then it's raw in the middle. They're not cooking it right. Temperatures off, using the wrong utensils, not taking their time. And the meat and the protein, whatever it may be, is probably cut too thick during prep. Just little bitty things. So I'm going to stop gabbing. Let me rush through this. I verified I moved the puzzle piece, so it shouldn't turn off. Right now, I'm opening the ingredients. I'm going to tell you what I do. I'll put the camera down so y'all can see I'm not whatever the kids say these days. I'm not bullshitting you is what we say. Oh, and I'm going to show you the difference between using something. Yeah, I'm using lime juice because my hands hurt. And that's, I'm being perfectly honest. I have fresh lemons and limes coming out of my fucking asshole. We use them for everything. But I can't squeeze. I was having a hard time putting, it told me my live was going to end in 5 minutes if I didn't put the puzzle piece. But my hands are so shaky, I like had to physically grab the phone and move it. So just one of those things. I don't want to use this, but it's not like I'm using it for seasoning. If I was using it for seasoning, for acidity in a meal, I would have somebody come squeeze it for me because our lemons are like mad hard. I don't know why, what's going on there. Well, we haven't had any rain. All right, what is going on? Oh, skipped. All right, so you can dry rub and not marinate at all. You can marinate and not dry rub at all. Or in my mind, I like the best of both worlds. If you ask me if I like the beach or the mountains, I'm going to say go to Mexico or anywhere else in the world where you can get both. Why do I have to choose? I'm going to make my cake. I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to show it to you. And then I'm going to eat it in front of you. And if you're mean, you're not getting any. I apply these things, these very simple mentalities and thoughts to every single thing in my life, specifically in cooking. Another thing, I can't drink soda. I do have one soda, zero, maybe every other day, and I can't even finish it. My body is just like, no. Whatever this mass is, it's not happy with me. So I drink really flat polar seltzers. Other than that, I drink nothing but water. All right. I use both. Do it all at the same time. So when I slice up the chicken, it is already seasoned. It's already tender. It is good to go. It cooks faster and it stays super moist and juicy. So here's what we're going to do. Since these are some fat cooks, I'm going to use a lot of this. All right, so I'll cut them open and I'll show you how I'm going to cut them. Fuck it, let's do it. What else am I doing? Need to go to bed, that's about it. All right, so in this bowl, I'm going to put the rub, the marinade. Look, I got a chive in here. It already knows it's coming. We're going to do everything in here first. So I have a shitload of fucking chicken coming in. So I'd say probably about 2 cups. And again, I'm guessing. And again, I leave the tops off of everything until I'm absolutely 1000% done. Since I normally would use 1 cup, And 1 teaspoon, I'm gonna use probably like 2 teaspoons of sugar. Just go easy with the sugar. Chives. And actually later, with the yellow onion, I like to use shallots instead of white onions. I don't use white onions, so I'll put the shallots later. Some cayenne. I have a jacked up stomach, and so does my husband, so I only use like a teaspoon. Garlic pepper. You can fucking go wild with this. Actually, let's just throw the rest in there. Let me show you. Cooking. If you're baking, that's a fucking science. But cooking is fun. It's an art, but I can't paint, but I still like to try. All right, a little cumin, just a little. And I'm gonna show you why in a minute. Just a little bitty bit. Let's go through the other ingredients first. Spanish paprika. There is a difference. A lot of people buy smoked paprika. I like a little bit of my heritage and culture in what I do. And everything is always smoked or garlic flavored. Sometimes I just want a fucking Spanish flavor in my palate. Granulated garlic. Big fuck up for people. You go buy garlic salt. And then you put salt in the food too. Don't buy garlic salt unless you are not going to use actual salt. Garlic, if you don't want to grind your own, which in a dry rub you're not going to, you're going to use dry ingredients, right? Make sure it doesn't say salt. And we love garlic on our chickens. We love some garlic on our chickens. Love some garlic. Go heavy with the garlic. And it's good for you. Pepper. Now, I don't use... This is hurting the fuck out of my hand. No. Where's the one that I put in the bowl? Hold up, no. Oh, that hurt my thumb big time. Luckily, I keep some here. Okay. Now, I love these mixes. I don't know where y'all are or whatever. I'm in Houston, Texas. They sell these at Sam's, so I'm assuming you can buy them in any Sam's. I have them in every flavor they come in. But they can't keep the chicken one in stock. So, why am I showing you this? One, you just saw me, my thumb is actually swelling. I'm getting close to having called this quitting time. But all of the ingredients I just put in here are in here. So, for a little extra kick, and you can read the back. It was made with sea salt, garlic, chilies and spices, citrus, which we're gonna add, and yeah, that's it. And it's good on skirt steaks, fajitas, chicken, shrimp, and vegetables. That's everything I just put in here. So I keep these primarily for the other people in the house who don't want to do this. These are easy to keep. They're also easy for people who don't know their way around herbology just yet, okay? So I'm actually not going to put this in here because I just did. But this is the difference. And I really hurt myself trying to prove a point. That's fine. We're going to get our spatula. And I can already tell this is not going to be enough, so I'm just going to double it a little more and go ahead and get this in the bag. I put it in the bag before the chicken. Kind of like shake and bake. Actually, it's the very same thing. You're just using different ingredients. So it doesn't matter what order I go in. Just double this up a little, then we'll be ready to go. Where's this? We're not touching the pepper grinder right now. That has garlic. That's just salt, ground pepper, and garlic pepper. Little dab of cayenne. We don't go crazy with that. We'll all be in the bathroom. When you get older, man, your fucking stomach don't want nothing. It wants fucking toast. That's about it. But the largest place of centennials, or centurions, I think they're called, people that are over 100 years old, is in Sicily, a little town in Sicily, Italy. Just a factoid, fun factoid. And all they eat is fresh made pasta, fresh made ragouts and gravies, flour and water. Flour and water. When I was going to school to become a sommelier, I am a certified sommelier. When I was going to school and I started learning about all these countries and meeting all of these amazing vintners, which are people, winemakers. When I started meeting all of these vintners, and they started inviting me to go out to their vineyards. Oh, my kids were young, and I've battled medical issues since I was very young. All right, so this is starting to sidebar. When I say sidebar, it means I'm just going to change the subject just for a second. So see, all of that is starting to, I know the camera doesn't catch it much. It's starting to set at the bottom, the dry ingredients. So that's why we put it in the bag first. We want all of the dry ingredients to be on there and coated with the oil without doing it all manually. Okay, because my thumb's already swelling. We're having issues here. All right, let me turn y'all this way. I gotta do this quickly. This, I'm just gonna cut them in half, guys, and dump them. That's what's about to go down. So here, just a regular gallon bag, nothing in it. Don't put no damn powder in it. That's for different kind of stuff. I like to put it there and make like a scoop when you're here by yourself, and the oil holds the bag open. Use your ingredients. Tell them what to do. And this is what I was talking about. The dry ingredients still separate. So now if you're grilling, now it's rodeo season here in Houston, and my dad was a master griller. He taught us how to grill too. You use dry ingredients when you're gonna be like smoking, or if you want like that really cool sear for your friends, for a backyard barbecue. That is when you use the dry rubs. They make a very flavorful crust. In my opinion, so we're done with this. We're gonna throw it in the sink with everything else. All right. So this is, we're gonna let that zhoosh and do what it's gonna do. Just that much. And we're gonna put it on all these 8 chickens. And I keep my word. I have to cook, so I may as well turn on the camera. I'll show y'all how this all works. At what time is it now? I got in here at 10:50. It's only 11:50. That's insanity. How long has this video been on? I don't know. That can't be right, but... always keep kitchen shears. I literally have more kitchen shears in the house than I do cameras and TVs. Kitchen shears. When I worked in medicine, these are almost as sharp, if not the same sharpness as EMT scissors. Where's my napkin? Now we're working with chicken. So the only ingredients we want to work with chicken. I don't wear my rings when I'm cooking because I'm usually going to be touching stuff that may have some kind of contaminant. So, I'm going to show you something. But sidebar, when you're cooking, especially with poultry, I refuse to take off my bracelets and I scrub the shit out of them. And you'll watch, I literally do this. But I'm still very careful. When you cook, like Meghan Markle did the fucking driest turkey in the... Don't even get me started on that Cracker Jack. I'm calling her popcorn in a box. If y'all remember Cracker Jack boxes. the turkey, and she had all her jewelry and stuff on. That's bad, because just looking at the way she was doing that turkey, I'd be willing to bet, and I'm not a gambling person, that she did not wash those rings and sanitize them, and then she went and gave salmonella to everybody. That's important, and that's alleged. It's just a joke. Now, going back to the point of why we don't defrost stuff in water. I just opened this nice little bag, right? All the juices are in there. I want that. This is chicken broth. This is chicken broth. You put this in a pot with some vegetables, you don't have to buy the little boxes. I buy them because I have to cheat a lot. My lupus has been active for a few months now. But all that juice, I want it in this bag. So, I'm going to pull out the paper. Actually, that was plastic. And I'm going to dump. I want all this goodness in there. Oh, they are cut. Easier for me. Oh, you just watched magic happen. Easier. I don't have to cut them. I'll just cut them tonight when I have to cook them. Oh my God. Praise Jesus. Thank you so much. That is the best thing. I was like, these are fucking so thick. And I have been having to cut them. But I didn't see that these were already cut. Hell yes. And see, if I would have quit and given up, I probably would have let this chicken go bad like every other family in America. I got in the habit of buying the proteins, especially when they're on sale. I like to be inspired. Oh, these are perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That makes me happy. And again, I'm touching my scissors. Anything I'm going to touch that has chicken on it right now, it's going to happen right now and not again until tonight. This is going to make my life so much easier later. Praise Jesus. And if I would have quit, buy your proteins when they're on sale. Be inspired. Don't go to the store with a shopping list. I have been preaching this forever. Unless you need something and you know you're going to forget it. But as far as meal planning, that alone can be overstimulating. And even as somebody who is, you know, I'm not a technical chef, but I'm a home chef, if you will. Always freeze your proteins. Always. And I'm not a fan of freezing fresh seafood, but if you feel like you're not about to be able to cook that shit that night, when you buy fresh seafood, you need to cook it that night. It needs to be ocean to table. But if you know you're somebody like me, you have lupus, or you're sick, or you're old, or whatever your case may be. I'm not saying they're excuses. I'm just saying whatever the cases may be. Get inspired. Look up some really quick 10-minute recipes. There's millions of them. And just learn to start prepping one meal a week. Doing it like this. If you're off on the weekend, this is just for dinner tonight. Y'all, I don't meal prep for the whole week. There's no fucking way. I can't even cut these peppers right now, and I hate that. Because I do dry rub my peppers. I'll show y'all that later. These tacos taste like you got them from Jalisco on the street corner. All right, now I got to wash my hands because now I got to put this in a bag, like a grocery bag, to put it in the oven because it's got some drippy drippies. We don't like drippy drippies. I'm going to be sick. And again, clean your jewelry if you have any on, and then put on sanitizer. You don't want to put your ring in your mouth or chew on your finger, and the whole time your hand has been exposing you to salmonella. I've seen it happen. A million times I've seen it happen. Don't do it. All right, so all of this is still contaminated, so I'm going to be very careful with what I touch. Here is the bag. Now I gotta go get a grocery bag to put said bag in, and we let that soak for 4 hours. 4 to 6. The closer you can get it to 6, the better. Another thing I think should be common sense, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. I didn't use this, but it got some chicken juice on it, so we wash everything. Make sure your bag doesn't have a hole. Some things I think should be common sense, and somebody always proves me wrong. So, while we've been safe on all of our salmonella situations that could go wrong in a kitchen, I choose to use a bag. You can use whatever the fuck you want. Make sure it gets cold. I started with them thawed and room temperature. Now I want that oil and the juice and everything, but I didn't put the juice. Okay, so we're going to touch the chicken again. I just looked down at my ingredients. Okay, so we're going to touch the chicken again. I just looked down at my ingredients. I'm sorry. I have MGK on every TV, every day, all day. Outside, we all die one day, so get fucked up tonight. All right. I don't want to touch chicken with this hand because I'm touching this. And actually, because I have OCD and I've worked in plenty of kitchens where I've watched simple shit, very avoidable shit, endanger people's lives. So I literally go through with sanitizing wipes and wipe every bottle down after I'm done with everything. Now this is just going to cut through the oil, put some on the sides. This was one of the most important parts. Catch it before it falls over. And it's in a bag, so we just zhoosh it around. No harm, no foul. It's all going to work the same because it's going to lay down in the fridge. Don't overthink it. Just don't. It's got air in the bag. You're never going to get it out. Put it in the fucking grocery bag. Then I tie it just because people get nosy. And around here, we all buy our own groceries for the most part. So we've gotten to the point where we all put our stuff in bags because I shop for meals. And I buy my stuff daily. Sorry, I forgot. Going back to freeze your proteins. Don't buy your produce that you're going to use until the day before. One, it gets you out of the house. You feel better about just getting out of the house and just feeling some kind of fresh air, sun. You go to the store, you may be inspired to do something completely different. But don't let your vegetables go raw. I still have vegetables that go raw because I don't know. So I've just started going to the store like 2 or 3 times a week when I can, and I just pick up the stuff I need for that week. Because sometimes I can't get out of bed. And I have a special bag that's already here on the bottom of my refrigerator that is specifically for the chicken. And it goes in the chicken door. I have a whole bunch of bags that I already set there. Even though I've taken extra precautions to make sure none of that chicken juice gets anywhere else, I still put it in the door on the bottom shelf covered in bags. And it'll stay there for the rest of the day until I get ready to cook. 4 to 6 hours. The closer you can get it to 6, the better. So that's that. It took me 1 hour and 7 minutes. And I still got my breakfast sandwich over there that I do need to finish. But when my daughter comes home, she's working a double a day. She'll have tuna salad to eat on her lunch break because they don't give her long. But lunch is there for anybody who wants to come home and eat lunch. It's a little late for me to eat lunch. I can't eat a lot of food, and I want my fajitas tonight. And those are now marinating. So now I can go create content for my other show really quick from my bed, and then I can take a nap, catch up on whatever news I'm toying around with these days, and wake up. I need to wake up. I need to be in the kitchen 20 minutes earlier now. I know that because I don't have the strength to just sit here and cut the peppers and rub them all and all that jazz. So, am I going to get upset about it? Fuck no, I just get up 20 minutes earlier. The same way I got up and just knocked this shit out. I mean, it's just stuff you got to do. You just got to do it. Lupus, no lupus, you know, masses, tumors, no masses, healthy, unhealthy. Just do it. And again, you don't have to like it. There's women that don't have a maternal bone in their body. That is totally foreign to me, but it is what it is. But if you do want to cook and you do want to learn these little tips and tricks, then watch people that are doing it in real life. Now, I'm not saying you can't go follow your other people. If Gordon Ramsay farts, I can probably hear it over here in Houston. I follow business-minded people that are in industries that I am severely passionate about. I don't follow necessarily the person for them, like an obsession kind of thing. People think I'm obsessed with Machine Gun Kelly. No. 1, we have the same story. 2, that man started from the actual fucking bottom, not the Degrassi bottom like Drake. Drake didn't start from the fucking bottom. This man did. And so did I, and so did my family, and so did a lot of other underprivileged families that I was raised around. I am attracted to genius, smart minds. I want to align myself with those energies from those people. I don't want their stuff. I want to take their inspiration, apply it to what I want to do, and manifest my way through that lane. I don't want to be Gordon Ramsay. I want to be better than Gordon Ramsay. You shouldn't want to be, if I could just make it to here. Why? Why? This is why I push myself. The first time I was diagnosed with lupus, I swear on everything that matters to me, I was dying. They had me on so much medication, I was literally dying. I was smashing my head into mirrors, breaking shit, like I was literally going through it. And I worked for doctors in the Houston Medical Center in a hospital. The hospital my husband was born in. And because he needed to make money and didn't know what was wrong with me, he just kept giving me medicine and sending me to Methodist and just kept coming back with, well, we don't know. And to his credit and to all of their credits, they didn't know how to look for lupus as much as they do now. But also, I was completely out of the bracket of people they would test for because I was so young. I had ovarian cancer so young. Started with PCOS. Then it was fibroids. Then it was endometriosis. Then one day, working for this same doctor, my ovary just bursts. And I had to go to surgery. Luckily, my sister worked in the same building. I was like, we got a problem here. But I continue to fight. When I started breaking shit, that was my breaking point. And every single day, even now, I don't like that Michelle Obama took the pyramid away and made a food plate. I think it's weird, but whatever. We'll go with the plate. I start myself off with a little bitty plate. I don't want a big dinner plate. I want a little dessert plate for everything in my life. If yesterday, my whole day, my number one goal was to just be able to get up and take a shower. And yesterday was a fucked up day, but I managed to do at least that one thing. I didn't get to cook yesterday, but you know, the people around here know how to fend for themselves. And today was to get in here and knock this out so they don't have to eat taquitos or whatever the fuck they buy, because that's not good for them. And I didn't eat dinner because I'm definitely not eating that crap. So it's about mentality. It's not about talent. Mentality, not talent. If you just tell your brain, hey, 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes, eventually you'll start asking for 10 more minutes like an hour later. You get lost in what you're doing because you're not overthinking it. The world has everybody so overstimulated. Because I was born a little unique, yeah, you can go through my older posts and understand what I'm talking about. I think that it made me, I should say, it made my life choices, and I made a lot of bad ones, but for really good reasons. It made me be able to see from a young age and still continue to get up and look at the TV like, it's a fucking joke. What's going on? But I've been preaching that we've been being fooled since before 2012. And now people want to learn, and now people want to listen. And now all I want to do is cook, have fun, pray for my family, pray for our soldiers, pray for everybody, and I keep it in my bubble. I have to step back from that world. I have to, because everything that is happening, me and other people, you know, we started coming on here and warning y'all, and there was a lot of hecklers and all this other bullshit, whatever. Now those hecklers are wanting to flood my DMs, begging for readings and answers, and they're in this part of the world, they're in this part of the world. All I want to do is show y'all how to live with disabilities, with autoimmune disorders, tuning the whole fucking world out. And if food is your thing, or you want it to be your thing, here we go. I post these shows on the Please Excuse Her channel. In the playlist, it says Cooking with Lupus. I'm right there. So I will see y'all tonight. I'll go ahead and post on here again, but for future reference, it goes over to YouTube. That something just told me to do this today. So I'm tired. I have a lot of this mess to clean up because no one is here. And I will see y'all tonight whenever I decide to muster up enough energy to get in here and get this shit done. So thank y'all for being here. If y'all asked questions or had comments or whatever, I check that at the end. It's not like when I used to do lives before where I sit here and go through your questions and all that stuff. This is totally different. So thank you for joining. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, if you have a recipe or you need a recipe or just want to tell me to go fuck myself, whatever the case may be, I really am open to everything. But I'm here to help people, just not in a psychic capability anymore. I put my life into food and healing, and that's what I'm doing. So if you want to get away from the bullshit that is the world, unstimulate or destimulate your mind a little bit and create some magic that you can share with your friends and family, then I'll keep showing up. So y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all tonight. I am going to go rest.